Hi there. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about the divine feminine. It's an interesting distinction in the manifestation world, law of attraction, and the secret. And I wanted to break it down from a doctor divinity standpoint. So, what is the divine feminine versus the divine masculine? How does this work from a manifestation process, and how to really turn on more of your divine feminine? So, first of all, I just want to say that from a metaphysical standpoint, we recognize the feminine, the masculine is different than what the world says feminine and masculine is. And in fact, you'll see it across the globe right now. People are really questioning their identity. So we're not talking about genitals when we're talking about the divine feminine and the divine masculine, okay? What we're talking about is actually the creative process of manifestation. So what we teach is that there is one divine source that is all giving, all knowing, omnipresent, that is the wisdom of the entire universe. And the truth is that if you were to expand your consciousness enough, you are that. That's the true self. We consider ourselves that we are divine, right? The true essence within each and every one of us, within the depths of each cell, is there is a consciousness that backs all energy, that connects everything. But when we're creating, there is a masculine and a feminine aspect to creation, okay? So what we say is the divine feminine basically creates abundantly. It amplifies, okay? For example, the masculine aspect of creation is what plants the seed, okay? The feminine aspect is that which actually creates the baby with no effort whatsoever, right? The divine masculine is the part of us that decides. It decides it's creating, and it creates that through universal law, which is as well the divine feminine. So the divine feminine is the super consciousness. It seems like it's passive because what it does is it just says yes. The universal law in the divine feminine says yes, and it will amplify whatever you put into it, right? That's actually how it creates. So again, if you take a look at the universal law of really as a symbol, and what we use is it looks almost like a circle. And at the top, it's coming through like a filter. It's your pure creation part. And we call this actually the divine masculine because it's very active of what it is choosing to place into the field. Okay. The feminine is actually what we consider the subconscious. It's not inactive. Actually, the subconscious is a super consciousness. It creates and does, it beats your heartbeat without any effort whatsoever. It does mathematical chemical equations of your blood pH that no chemist could do on the planet. It is a super consciousness. The divine feminine, it just says yes, and it amplifies and 10x's whatever you put into it, right? You'll see it in relationship, right? If in the relationship there is, chaos or discord or, limited beliefs or shenanigans or lying or cheating or whatever it may be in whatever an inverted use of energy in a relationship, the divine feminine, that reactive part of all of us, will amplify it, right? It will make hell on earth, right, through your relationship. That this is the part that is just the reactive. It's from all the creation before that amplifies it, right? So the divine feminine is that part of us that just creates. There's no effort. It just does what it does. So in order to really turn on the divine feminine as a woman or even as a man, because even men have masculine and feminine traits, right? That we want to actually clear out the subconscious to be able to flow, right? The ideal state of the divine feminine is flowing. I like the metaphor of dancing. In, say, ballroom dancing or salsa dancing, the masculine aspect leads. It is directing. It is, and the more it knows where it's going, the more the feminine aspect can flow around and become beautiful, right? But if the masculine doesn't know where it's going, then the feminine doesn't know where to go either. In fact, the feminine is going to start pushing the masculine. You'll see this a lot in relationships as well. If the masculine aspect of that relationship is not guiding and leading, then the feminine aspect is going to be a disaster, right? Okay. So I like to get out of the roles of it's just about the genitals of the man and the genitals of the woman, right? Because we're so beyond that in the world. But at the same time, we have to know that this is the law. So we can actually predict how things are going to go by how much the divine masculine is guiding. And so I'm going to take this even to say, speaking specifically to a woman, a traditional woman who still identifies herself as a traditional woman. She's got traditional genitalia, right? Okay. So women, there's part of you that is also masculine and feminine. The masculine aspect of yourself is the decider. It's that which is really clear of what it wants. Okay. And then the whole universe, the whole feminine aspect of yourself is just going to be able to open up to receive and let that be created with ease and grace, right? But oftentimes, some of us will look to the universe. We don't know, we're confused, we're, like looking to the universe for signs, but the universe doesn't do anything but reflect back of a confirmation. So the biggest reason why people don't get what they want is because they don't know what they want, right? So as even say, a woman who has a masculine aspect and a feminine aspect of their creation, right? If they don't know what they want and they keep looking to the world to tell them what they want, they're going to be pushed all over the place. We see this in relationships also. Someone will look to their partner as their leader, and meanwhile, they're not leading. So therefore, they're all over the place. We all have to get really clear. Our work is, each and every one of us, to develop the masculine and the feminine aspect of creation in each and every one of us. To be able to know exactly, to birth our truth is the real work, right? So that's what we do in the school. We help people clear out their subconscious, clear out the limited beliefs, clear out the trauma, so they can birth their relative truth. In fact, on my podcast this week or next week, I think I'm talking about ultimate truth versus relative truth. And the ultimate truth is we're one, right? We're almighty powerful, but we also have a relative truth, right? So a relative truth might be like, hey, I particularly am monogamous versus polyamorous. I particularly like abundance and these type of things. I like these type of people. I thrive in this environment, right? Ultimate truth is energy cannot be destroyed, right? And I say this because how do you know what you want in your divine masculine if you haven't done that deep work? Because again, what happens is sometimes we've been programmed through what we think we want, what the influencers are telling us we want, what our parents, our family, the culture, everything is telling us. And so we try and create this, we manifest it, we think, well, I want this. But then we start having it and it's really inauthentic. So then we end up sabotaging it anyway, right? So the true work to turn on the divine feminine within, whether you're a masculine and you want your partner to become more feminine, or whether you want to develop the femininity of yourself, the feminine just receives. It receives just like the subconscious, just like universal law. It receives and it creates. That's all it does. So in order for us to really be receptive to the abundance, to the prosperity, to all of life, we need to stop trying to control it. We need to get out of the way, clear out of the way, and decide in consciousness. I know exactly what I want. I have my vision. It's been given to me from my higher self. I know exactly what I want in my relationships and love and my career and money and my health and vitality and my creative expression. And I am holding that in faith in mind, because what's held in mind is created in form. And what creates it in form is the divine feminine, that part that doesn't have to do anything. It literally just creates with ease and grace. So today, no matter where you are, whether you are in stuck, patterns, whether you are fighting in your relationship, whether you are trying to make your career work and feeling scarcity, I know that there is an aspect of you that is the divine feminine, that is a super creator, will amplify and 10x anything and everything. And I know that the extent to which you get clear what you truly want and you get out of the way with your limited beliefs and your trauma, and you allow that super, super creator within that divine feminine to flow with beauty and expression and artistry and love and generosity and all those things that we consider the divine feminine. And so I just celebrate the divine feminine along with the divine masculine. And I know that the work for all of us, if we want to see unity in the world, we have to have unity within. If we want peace in the world, we have to have peace within. If we want love and unconditional love, we have to find that within. And that is merging of the masculine and feminine, working with those two different aspects of ourselves that create exponentially. So if you are liking this content, please subscribe, like, share. I'm here as a doctor of divinity, teaching ancient wisdom, new thought, ancient wisdom, metaphysics of mind, teaching E4 method that I teach, which is quantum healing and manifesting. We go into, multiverse, past life regressions, and being able to really manifest, compressing time as well, getting into all the incredible wisdom for you to birth your spiritual gifts and bring your message and mission and legacy to this life. So again, please like, subscribe. You can check out my podcast also, Dr. Aaron, and you can come into my school, Spiritual Psychology School. You can go to draaron.tv and check out all the work, come to one of my events, and just know, or you can come to my book or my oracle cards or whatever, but please know I love you, and my commitment to myself and to the world is to have a life of love. And it's something that doesn't come easy for me. I came from, a lot of trauma, and it's been a lot of work. And my greatest desire for myself is to really step into that divine feminine and love and receive and be able to really step into the grace. So have a beautiful day, and may you live your truth.